if TSM or the COG Red roster, whatever, if they lost 2 games in a row, scrims were like done for the night. They just like tilted and like we don't want to play anymore because like they're really not used to playing from behind.
They just don't like it, right? They just like winning.
Who likes it?
There's also I know a lot of the times that games wouldn't even go 20 minutes in their scrims. Like if one team would get a very early lead, they would kind of just end it. Wouldn't even try. Game was kind of snowballing at that point. Denial versus Team SoloMid though. Denial needing this game to win to keep their hopes alive. Picks and bans. Giannis banned away from TheBoosh, once again targeting the mid laner from TSM.
Now, there's 2 teams' fates in this, right? If Denial wins this game, then it's up to COG tomorrow to try to make it to land on their own. But if Denial loses, COG is guaranteed. Janice and Zeus going to be your bans.
Serket taken away as well, no surprise here. Actually, very similar bans from Game 1. Team SoloMid looking to ban out someone. Sun Wukong actually left up the entire pick and ban phase.
Yeah, it did not get picked. Very strange.
A little bit surprised there. Hell taken out by Team SoloMid. Denial Esports, are they going to go the Thor? That's what they did last time. That was the first pick they wanted. They built the team comp around that. Is it going to be the same thing or maybe...
I feel like he had a very large part. Sikandara had a very large part of their win, and they're going to attribute that as well as Thor gets locked in once again, option to TSM.
Team SoloMid here, this is for them to adjust, right? They lost to this Thor with DaGarz getting behind. Are they going to run the Fenrir again is the question.
I don't think that one game will shake DaGarz.
No. Maybe he just had some bad early engagements.
It's possible.
Team SoloMid looking for their picks here. It's going to be Ho Yi going to Snoopy. No surprise there. I mean, he played phenomenally. Probably one of the highest damage. I think he was up there for highest damage. Even in their loss, Snoopy was putting out the damage. Final pick coming through in the first phase. Sobek locked in.
Wow.
More than likely for bchm, so wanting to put him back onto that god.
I like this the Xing a lot. I think he did very well. It's surprised that they're going to want to switch that up. I think if TSM just ran back that roster with maybe the substitution of Zhong for Agni, I think that would have been a win for TSM.
It's possible. Denial looking to respond here. Are they going to go their support? Yes, they do. Athena going to be locked in.
Okay. Very similar to Sobek. You dash in and go for the taunt.
I feel like they might look for their priority mid or hunter here. Actually, there's no need to really go a hunter.
Oh, Bellona again. Whalrus got kind of handled in the early game. I'm surprised to see this be the pick.
I mean, realistically, they feel that they're going to be matched up against the Sobek, although we could see it switched up. Eonic has been known to play Sobek as well. Actually, one of the only support players in Season 1 to run it. Xing Tian locked in, so I'm really looking at the Xing Tian solo again matching up against the Bellona. I mean, there was a lot of success in it, right? Why switch up what worked?
Option for TSM in the ban phase, likely looking at a mage or hunter here.
Could be a couple things.
I don't think... I mean, Medusa's probably the ban, right? I mean, not only did Bronx have a good game, but pairing Athena with Medusa in the end game is a nightmare. No, it's going to be Isis again.
So the same bans here for Game 2. Team SoloMid targeting out Mason. Denial really targeting out Boosh. Is it going to be the Poseidon ban again? Yeah, so the mid laners really seem to be the key here in the banning phase. Neither team wants the opponent to get what they want. Is it going to be a Zhong again?
It's
or
possible.
Are they going to take the Agni?
I mean, it's essentially the same team comps at this point.
Right. I mean, honestly, if TSM go Zhong and then finish off with Fenrir, it is the same team comp.
Denial Esports, I mean, Agni is a shoe-in here. Definitely the best mage left on the table, and coupling that with Bellona Thor.
Unless you go Nox, which we really haven't seen North America run. Europe has experimented with it. It actually done pretty well.
And on that comp, hell yeah.
With so many globals, there is Nox might be something that Denial should look at. The question is, has Mace really been practicing?
See that? I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be Agni. I imagine we're going to see the run back as well.
Medusa?
Yeah,
especially now that you have an Athena, there's no point to not have that matchup.
It's an upgrade for Denial, actually.
Is it going to be Medusa, though? Could be...
Apollo. It could be Apollo.
Could be Apollo. That's the only other one I would say.
But it should be Medusa.
And it is.
Yeah. And then final pick...
Is it going to be the Fenrir again? That's the question.
I think DaGarz wants to run it back.
I think so, too. I think he just had some bad early engagements.
I would like to see Batz, actually. Batz would be the better pick in my eyes. Bang.
It's going to be Batz. Final pick locked in for Team SoloMid. Denial Esports running back their same comp, except for Sobek, and now in place of it is an Athena.
That's an upgrade.
I believe Sobek's going to be going support here. I think that bchm really wants to run that Xing 10 back.
I feel like
he controlled Whalrus.
I feel like bchm will have a better Xing Chen than Eonic. I think that's the analysis, right? I don't think Eonic has a Xing Chen the same way that Eonic has a Sobek.
I'll give you that. I think bchm has been grinding out a lot, and he's going to be, once again, matching that up against Whalrus in the soul lane here.
Wow.
Denial right now. Nothing crazy from them. Same strategy as game one. They're going to place that ward together as a team, maybe looking for a pick, although they didn't have the Sobek. Team SoloMid going to be standing in their own towers, making sure Denial doesn't get anything going. But look at this pretty deep ward coming out from the DaGarz. They're actually going to run into Whalrus, but he should be able to back in time. See, that's the thing that you don't see too often. They can actually be pretty dangerous. If you wait to ward or you deep ward, sometimes you can get caught out. And it's not necessarily dying. It's that the other player will actually stop your back repeatedly to where you don't get to your buff in time.
Man, I do not envy Denial right now, right? Because if TSM loses this game, they don't really care. Nothing really changes.
They're still qualified
for them, exactly.
They could technically drop to 6th seed. That's it for Team SoloMid.
Right. Not a huge deal, right? Whereas Denial, right? Like
actually, no, they can't even drop to 6, can they?
They can't?
Denial would have to come over them. And TSM have 13 wins. So, no, it's actually impossible for them to drop to 6th seed.
Oh, well, there you go. But whereas Denial, right, like, not only do they have to win this insanely important game, but then tomorrow they have to sit with knots in their stomachs as COG plays. And then if they get to that point, then they have to go to LAN and play with knots in their stomachs there to get to Worlds. Like, their road right now is as impossible as it gets.
Hey, so is Titans. So is Titans.
That's true.
Just barely missed out on the Pro League.
But Titan didn't need their opponents to lose.
That's true.
Titan had their destinies
They controlled everything, right? They won Challengers, they won Wild Cards, and then they won European Regionals.
Jeez, Snoopy!
He doesn't stop.
Hits the first shot on the Shadowq, second one on a Bronx, and they both just wind up holding that.
Early clear, going the way of Team SoloMid here. Eonic and Snoopy controlling this lane against Bronx. Bronx Medusa and Shadow's Athena. Neither team electing to go mid camps with that mid-wave meeting. Who actually got those right camps?
Oh, no one got the right camps.
Oh, they're both up.
Or the left camps.
Wow. Neither team seems to want to fight there.
Eonic taking some damage here, though.
Oh,
he's going for
the
it.
block.
There's no lacerate here. Oh, they do have it, but it gets stopped. Snoopy looking for it. Shockwave, gonna be good there. Decent damage,
nice
but good bottle blocking.
Blocks. Shadowq played that phenomenally to make sure Bronx stayed alive, but both of the players take so much poke. Shadowq gonna be popping his last potion here shortly. BronxBombers just really one hit away from death. Both mid camps have been taken. I believe they were split.
Yeah, right to blue, left to red.
Macetodaface just hitting level 4. He's going to be going to his own back RPs, but the level 5 slowed down. Yeah, BronxBombers already back in base. Can't even buy rank 2 of Devo's Gauntlets.
And with that, Shadowq will get some solo experience. They're going to miss out on a decent amount of gold, though. Shadowq trying to just get one, he will.
Just barely got the gold for that one.
So he'll get 18 for that, plus 4 for each of the other ones.
It's tough life. Rough life as a support trying to clear minions.
And now an entire wave behind is BronxBombers.
And Snoopy probably going to be abusing that fact. Actually, going into the early Transcendence, it looks like, yeah, he's going to buy rank 2. Also, Devos, not something you traditionally see, the Death Toll into Transcendence. Usually it'd be Transcendence to a bunch of potions, or a Bluestone Transcendence.
Right. But I guess they wanted to go the more aggressive route.
And it's working.
They took the gamble, it paid off. Now we're going to see some last hits go up. Very smart. Mid lane, though, Mace is in some trouble. Dashes down, and Sacred Monkey misses Garz slightly off the mark, and as a result, will miss the first blood.
Can we actually highlight Garz? He's not level 5.
Not even.
So if they actually cleared that wave, if Team SoloMid had prioritized the wave, no, he still wouldn't have got it.
Well, there's 3 people there, actually.
That's true.
Oh, out of nowhere! Out of nowhere!
Done! Sikandara finds that kill, comboed with Shadowq. And did you see that combo? Sikandara went in the air. The second that happened, Shadowq started channeling the ult, and they both come crashing down, blowing up the boosh, and Denial take first blood.
You know, behind the scenes, something that happens a lot is I usually hear or will notice, I usually cast off the minimap that a Thor will go up into there, and I'll just like point my finger up. Right? I always point my finger up into the air. I do it every single time. And right there, that like kind of scared me a little bit. Like I jumped out of myself. Like, why is he here?
It's like the don't drink me potion in Arena right now. It's like the Ratatoskr pops on your screen instead of it's Thor. But Denial clearly playing to win. DaGarz for 2 games in a row falling a little bit behind. 500 gold right now behind Sikandara, although that is from the first blood. And he's also a god that can recover a little bit better when he gets behind. Hunbatz isn't really about 1v1ing players. Like Fenrir or locking down picks. He's all about team fighting, and even if you're behind, you still have that AoE fear.
But that was a 650 gold win that he managed to take, including the farm. And that's not something that's easily recouped. As Hunbatz, I mean, you need to get those crits off, and the less levels... Uh-oh, did he catch the preemptive?
I don't believe so.
I think he caught it.
He did,
he caught it.
Barely. Then Shadowq trapped on the wrong side of that wall. Gonna do enough damage. Snoopy finds the kill.
And with that, Bronx might be in some trouble here. When he backed, he did buy more potions. He's still 100 gold away from the timer. Can we see gold in hand? He's looking for 1,400, so he's not too far behind.
He'll finish that wave. But look at this. Red buff being regressed onto by Team SoloMid. Sikandara on Macetodaface. They're not going to give it up, but they need to be careful. DaGarz is actually waiting in the jungle, and they're going to go straight onto Mason. They caught his dash, too, I believe.
They got him, and they got the Athena ult as well. So Shadowq going to be stuck in the base as he tries to get out. TSM turns it around, ties the game up in gold with 2 immediate kills.
Red buff going to be taken and stolen away by Snoopy and Eonic. And okay, I almost thought Snoopy was going to grab the red buff. I was like, Snoopy, really?
He can. He has purple right now.
I know. You never know.
Oh, that's a small drop. I'm sure Eonic wanted to stop that because that was the timing for the Dev's Gloves.
And he's going to have enough to back and start stacking. Snoopy should be stacking here relatively soon.
Come on, man. Don't do Snoopy like that.
No, he's got 1,400.
He's been doing really well.
He's been cutting.
He's been doing really well.
He looks good. His new picture?
He looks like a supermodel.
I don't know about that.
Come on, man. Supermodel Snoopy. It's Canada.
Okay, okay. We're done, by the way. We're both getting the hate. I can already feel it. Jeff's already riding up and playing email.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
bchm continuing to control Whalrus in the rematch of this lane here.
Got him again. That's not an easy move to dodge, man. That Hadouken.
It's so wide.
It does work, and it actually reduces the damage of auto attacks as well. So it's like you can't even clear the wave with the Scourge. It's not how it works.
And also, bchm has an interrupt to Bludgeon.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually a pretty good matchup.
It's actually not a bad matchup at all. I, in fact, think that bchm can take this fight.
He's going to back off, though.
I assumed that he was going to go back in with the second jump, and he should have.
I don't know about that.
He was fine. If at any point she used Eagle's Rally, he responded with Whirlwind and then chucked her away.
I think Athena ult is the thing he has to worry about the most.
You're right. All right.
That's the only thing.
I'll give you that.
And also Thor rotations aren't crazy.
Well, I mean, right there,
Thor
was already...
Never mind.
Hello?
I'm watching the game, I promise. I promise. I mean, did you see Sikandara, though, for First Blood? I didn't see where he came from. You never know.
That was something.
He could just come back.
Yeah, there's
2 of them.
There's 2 Thors. That's why
Denial's winning.
Oh my God. All right.
Whalrus poked out for now. bchm going to be trying to throw as much poke as he can, but the lane's stalematy for now. Mace to the face, and really all of Denial grouped up here in the mid lane. Same for Team SoloMid. They're looking for something.
Card will do some damage there. Not a lot, though, given the fact that he's level 8. At most, that'll be a level 2 Expose Evil. I imagine he's saving the point. Can we actually see Zhong? I'm assuming he's point saving at this point for his ultimate.
We're going to highlight Zhong here. He has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, so no point saving for the BooSh.
Did you really have to count that instead of just seeing the second point?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sometimes you just gotta count every individual tick, man. You just gotta make sure the viewers are kept in line with it.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Sometimes they need help counting too.
Yeah, man.
Everyone needs help counting once in a while. 8's a big number, right?
This is like, I don't want this from you, man. This is how.
Why was 6 afraid of 7? Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
Oh man.
Ooh, that's where we're at right now. No, but Denial. Right now, they got the first blood. Team SoloMid responded nicely so far. Denial still holding the game dead even after Team SoloMid was able to steal away those camps. Whalrus and bchm kind of just going back and forth. You can see neither team wants to force an engage. It looks like both are really looking for picks and not full-on team fights.
bchm continues to try to box. Still has the advantage there. extra MP5, or rather HP5 keeps him more in line than the Scourge, at least usually. Mace to the face, wow, the dash was pretty quick there. DaGarz takes no damage on the return.
Yeah, DaGarz did not want to fight at all there. You saw him jump away immediately. Whalrus getting poked out, has his ultimate, Eagles Rally up. So very hard, or very unlikely that he'll die here. That's actually probably the best thing that Bellona has in this direct matchup is that the Whirlwind of Rage of Steel, it actually takes about half a second.
It's a little more.
It takes a little bit for you to catch people in it, and Eagles Rally has such a fast startup time that the second you hear the ultimate come out, you can simply jump away from it.
See, I like doing something different, and that's when I hear it, I shield bash out of it, and then Eagles Rally as soon as it's over for the stun and the reinitiate. Though at this point, I think even with the Eagles Rally reinitiate, he'd probably lose that engagement.
It's a fight he doesn't want to take, especially with Breastplate online now. bchm going for the exact same build. No reason to switch it up. Very effective in the last game. DaGarz, he's caught up a little bit. He was about 600 behind, but now only 200 lag.
No one saw that.
I didn't see it.
See what?
Sikandara does his back camps. Typical farming.
Yeah, that was normal.
Nothing crazy like that.
Now he's backing.
He's got about 1,200 in hand, going to be able to start up that Jotun's Wrath.
Yeah, he's got the heavy mace online.
Or 1,700, I believe,
Yeah, that was a lot.
Beads, too.
Maybe he'll get a ward.
Definitely didn't mess up his hammer.
No.
At all.
No.
Shadowq being aggressive, looking for wards or looking to counter someone out here. TheBoosh smells it and going to be playing pretty defensive for now, backing off. Not that many actives online for Team SoloMid, only 2 beads online. Considering that there's an Athena onto Denial.
Whoa. Speaking of beads, right? And actives, Whalrus forced to use his. Eagles Rally still available for the escape. bchm, though, in a good spot.
Oh, Whalrus. Could he get dove here? All he needs is the knock up. What's the cooldown? No, okay. bchm really just didn't have the cooldown.
4 seconds until he has it. Yeah, it's not going to be enough time.
The rotation power from Denial, from Denial, a little bit too much for him to want to risk diving that super deep. Gold Fury, though, grouped up on Team SoloMid 4 members. They actually saw Denial group up for those right heartbeats, but maybe looking to bait instead.
They're trying for it. Shadowq slightly out of position here. Taunt going to be used a little bit early. Not a lot of damage in return. Left side camps will go to red. Shadowq, though, with a successful defense.
I'm a little bit surprised we haven't seen Shadowq be a little bit more aggressive with his taunts, considering that TSM, they only have 2 beads, 1 online. At the very least, if you don't get the kill, you force them out, or at least get poke onto the opponents. It's almost guaranteed. But for now, Denial playing a pretty defensive game. Eonic looking for the pluck. Mace not having any of it, dashes away.
Breastplate of Valor online, as well as it looks like a sash. Now, are we going to see a Warlock's Ethereal? We did Ethereal last time.
I think it's Ethereal.
You did Ethereal last time. I would like to see Gem of Isolation, though, I think, more.
It's so good.
I mean, the dot lasts for so long. And then double jump, right? I mean, you can keep that thing, you can keep someone locked down permanently.
It's like Osiris, right?
Yeah.
It's Osiris in an item.
Really?
TSM forced off of their blue, though.
There's been a
Whalrus
lot.
Invading.
There's been a lot of 4-man rotations to this top part.
This is, yeah, we saw this in game 1 as well, but a little bit faster. bchm taking a little bit of poke coming out. DaGarz throwing the ultimate, just trying to create some space as BooSh and Eonic rotate in. Whalrus wanted to dive deep, but got hit by that card. Sikandara takes to the sky. Denial on full retreat right now.
Sikandara, I don't think he chooses the aggressive route. Eonic in the front line, trying to lock down Whalrus, at least force the ultimate. They've already gotten 1. But DaGarz had to use his as well. Snoopy's is down over in the duo lane as well. In fact, he's chasing him down. Bronx still has it available. He uses the last bit of his mana for Viper Shot, and it will turn out to be another solo kill for BronxBombers.
These 2 players going back and forth. You know, we talked about, Vesalius over in Elevate, Bart and I did, and he will always take fights no matter how far ahead or behind he is in
see,
levels.
that's not a fair assessment. Today, he took those fights that he had no chance of winning because it was that man's birthday and he wanted to give Eager the win.
Fair enough. Sometimes you got to donate Elo to Zapman.
Happy birthday, Zap. From me and Vesalius.
I gave him the shout out on Twitter.
It's my man.
But no, BronxBombers and Snoopy, these players, as long as they're even in build, will constantly go back and forth at each other. BronxBombers able to get the better of it that time, but I don't expect Snoopy.
He's the most underrated player, Ane.
Who?
Bronx. Even by the casters.
I don't know. He's really good. I don't underrate him. Maybe I do in how I talk about him sometimes.
He's underrated.
He is phenomenal.
I mean, like, there has never been a relevant conversation about BronxBombers where Madman Mark hasn't been brought up directly after. I guess including this one.
You brought it up.
Just right
I
now.
wasn't going to bring it up.
No, but I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
He is always being compared to Madman Mark because Madman Mark had a few good games. Bronx always performs well. Maybe not the best, but he always has decent games.
I'd say he's consistent, but he can sometimes go off and carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really what you want from any player in Smite, right? You don't need players in every role that are going to carry the game, right? You need players who aren't going to drop the game for you, and Bronx is that player for Denial.
Consistency is key.
2 members grouped up on Team SoloMid. DaGarz going to get taunted out here, forced to bees, and he jumps out immediately. Will he teleport, though? That's the question. Doesn't choose to.
That whole area is blocked out. Mace in a lot of trouble, going to be picked off by BooSh, and they're still going strong here. Shadowq and BronxBombers forced away. A lot of ultimates used on both sides, but the most important thing here is that DaGarz did not use Fear No Evil, which is one of the most important ultimates in the game for securing the Gold Fury.
Shadowq trying to get into it, but it's going to be bchm zoning him off completely. Bronx, he's managing to go into it. Gold Fury, super low, 500 health. It's going to be secured by Team SoloMid in the meantime, and now the chase is on. Bronx trying to get away. Sikandara just going to do his red, and Team SoloMid going to back off with that one.
TSM with a damn good engagement finds themselves in the lead here, but not by a ton. Let's go to the graphs and show you. Oh, no, we're going to look at Hunters.
Bronx versus Snoopy, we're talking about them. Denial as a team right now, 11-16. Snoopy, 13-12. He had some games in the mid lane, but considering how dominant Team SoloMid is, you look at the KDAs, Bronx keeping up with Snoopy.
Yeah, big time.
Actually, more average damage than him as well, 20.
I mean, that's what you're expecting from Bronx. I mean, but it's more impressive to me that he has this GPM that's equal to Snoopy's with so many more games lost. Like, usually the GPM stat is augmented by winning games.
Yes. He's actually had higher than Snoopy.
No, I don't think so.
Was it? It was close.
I don't think it was.
I thought it was 570, 470.
447, I thought it was.
Oh, 47. That's what I messed up.
There it is.
I got it.
Either way, TSM has a small lead. Only about 900 gold. It's actually less than that after that wave gets clear. About 800. Experience difference still in favor of Denial.
The game, I mean, the Gold Fury was taken by Team SoloMid, but you can see the quick rise back from Denial, able to get the tower in the right hand, split pushed by Whalrus, and Denial as a whole able to find some nice farm across the map. Big rotation on a Whalrus, though, right now. His ultimate's still available, but 3 members of Team SoloMid chasing him down.
Whalrus in some trouble. Not a ton, though. Eagles rally in place, hoping for the best here. I think DaGarz is about to turn this one around.
He could. Sikandara rotating as well. Going to get plucked in the team fight. Fear No Evil still not used. DaGarz, he's holding the trigger for now. Sikandara is the target. One more hit. He's going to be locked down. bchm finds him, knocking him up. And now Macetodaface. No bombs available for him but one. Eonic gonna actually gets the beads. Pluck coming through, but not gonna find anyone. Taunted under tower though, and base finds a big stun. The damage not gonna be enough. Eonic being chased down, but look at the rotation from the BooSh.
They're trying for a boost, activating those demons. They've been recalled, and they chase down and haunt the dreams of Shadowq, who is just hoping to go to land, and little by little, they're taking the pegs out of the wall as the picture begins to crumble. The tier 1 tower on right's gonna fall, and BronxBombers trying to get the carry on the left side, locks Snoopy down. Some missed exchanges back and forth, and not going to be that 500 gold they need to keep this game as close as possible.
Snoopy able to hold Bronx off, but really Team SoloMid having a huge rotation. bchm,
what you doing?
I guess he thought Snoopy needed a little bit of help there.
I mean, Bronx still sitting kind of healthy, but he is kind of low in the mana department.
It's true. Snoopy also full health now after healing up. He had the Soul Eater online. Right now, Mace to the face. So game 1, what I was looking at was how far behind DaGarz fell, right? 2 to 3 levels. And right now, Mace to the face is level 13 at 17 minutes. That should not happen as a mid laner. He has not been getting the farm he needs. He's only 0-2-0 as well. It's not like he's died 4, 5, 6, 7 times. He's been sitting in this mid lane, but it's really, I think, been the shared XP that we've seen across Denial, where Shadowq and Sikandara have not left this lane once.
Eonic by himself, maybe not by himself. BooSh is there to back him up, but he's like so far in the front line against 3.
He just wants to hit a pluck.
Whalrus is here as well. Gold Fury not available. I'm surprised to see so much contention in the mid lane here, despite the fact that there's nothing to really gain from it.
Like I said, right, Denial has not stopped this 3-man grouping all game. Eonic going to get stunned out there, but not too much damage coming out right now from Mace to the face. Only has 2 items online.
That ethereal staff finished up for bchm. A lot of health now. Very, very tanky. GaRz going into the Mail of Renewal. No surprise.
I'm really surprised that Team SoloMid has not been punished for their lack of actives.
I mean, what can they do? What can they do?
At the very least, I mean, taunt them out, right? Anything. Start a fight, disengage it after the beads are forced. But, I mean, at this point, it's a little bit harder because Team SoloMid has a 3K gold lead. Earlier on, we could have seen Denial be aggressive. There was only 2 players with beads and 1 player with a teleport 1. Since then, the players haven't upgraded their beads, and really only Snoopy now has beads 1.
I wonder what it's like to be a member of Cognitive right now. Like, imagine being a Roar watching this game.
Just like, he shouldn't be, if I'm Cog, I'm not worried, right? Because I rely on my own skill, right? DJ Pernicus is not worried about this outcome.
Really?
I mean, it's weird, right?
Cog and Enemy have fought 1 time this season. It was the first time they fought in week 1, and they got bodied.
To be fair, that was the first time Cog had ever played together.
Bodied.
Like, first time, right? That's like me and you going into like a high-res versus pros match and having never played together as a 5.
Good, and I hope it never happens again. My God. Adonis actually stood up out of the desk to taunt Snoopy and died for it. And that was our comeback potential.
I didn't die.
You died.
I didn't die.
And we died.
We lost. We didn't get Gold Fury.
Oh, my God.
That was, hey, man, I found the snipe onto Snoopy. That was before Snoopy was known for snipes, right? I gave him the power. I gave Snoopy the power to hit
away from me. My God.
Whalrus going to invade onto DaGarz speed. Yeah, it looks like he stole it. No, I think GaRz picked. No, GaRz got it.
Are you sure?
Yes. You could see it around him.
Oh. Maybe.
Sikandara has his own.
Whalrus does not have one. So, yeah, not only did GaRz get his, but GaRz got theirs, too. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, Sikandara got it. Yeah, Snoopy's going to be starting up this Gold Fury. BronxBombers smells it out. Shadowq, though, look at Denial. They're grouped up. They're looking for Eonic. His dash is down, but they don't want to commit too much. Shell popped by Eonic and Denial. They're just going to back out of this one.
Shell actually got popped after Denial had back. That was a wasted active. That's 900 gold. They're not getting back.
Big taunt coming through. bchm just so tanky, though, not even worried. He's going to be able to heal that up with his HP 5. Eonic poked out under half. Both teams a little bit wary of full-on engagements, though. Denial pressuring this tier 1. BooSh still has his ultimate online. Same with GaRz. Denial need to be very careful about taking a tier 1 tower here.
GaRz still has ultimate, right? Jumping in. We're going to get a return from bchm back to full health. Nice shot, Snoopy, answering at least some damage back. Eonic, though, still very unhealthy.
5-man grouping from both teams. Tier 1 tower not there for Denial. Shadowq looking for a taunt, but the rest of Denial not really in position to capitalize. Eonic, though, going to get stunned out. Bronx actually caught in the jungle between bchm and Snoopy. He's going to be able to escape out, but Eonic sneaks by, lurking under the waters to get out of that one. He'll be forced to go back to base, and now Team SoloMid. It's a ward war.
Was that a Heavenly pop?
I'm not sure.
Bronx looked like he was going pretty quickly there. And yeah, Shadowq did pop the Heavenly agility
to help get Bronx out.
Yeah, I mean, he needed to.
Yeah, I mean, Bronx was caught between the Suns and bchm as well, who had his ultimate. Didn't use it, however.
That should be Gold Fury. They're probably going to gesture towards the Gold Fury, force a fight in a position where they know they can win.
Ward vision right now belongs to Denial, though. I'm not sure if Eonic was able to counter out a ward. And he's
a little bit early.
bchm. His taunt's now going to be down if Team SoloMid wants to fight into this. Doesn't look like they do.
Hey,
Bronx needs to be careful, though. He's the only one on the left-hand side of the map.
bchm not in a great spot here. Whirlwind going to be wasted.
That's huge for Denial. They're real happy with that one.
And Gold Fury not going to be taken. You can see still sitting at about 85% health. Beads coming out from BronxBombers. Eonic taking a lot of damage here. Might go down. But BooSh.
Card coming out as well. This, the positioning for both teams so back and forth, so defensive. Neither team wants to full-on commit. Whalrus, it seems, zoning out the rest of Team SoloMid. The question is Denial going to start this Gold Fury up?
They are.
It seems like they want to. That's a little bit interesting considering how big the AoEs on the TSM are, and GaRz just takes a big spill. BooSh ghosts her out, but Sikandara is to the sky. He's looking for the back line. Shadowq trying to sneak away. He does for now.
Oh, but he doesn't get enough damage off. Eonic's still alive. Bronx not going to find the stun that he wanted. BooSh very low. Lacerate not necessary as Sikandara finds another kill. Shadowq's working his way back in with almost full health. Oh, no, full health. He's going for it. Snoopy able to jump out, but that's a 2-for-0 in favor of Denial.
bchm, no ult available. Snoopy and Eonic, they're on yellow. They're going to have to take a trip back to base. Denial, I mean, this is their Gold Fury to lose. Whalrus is backing. Yes, teleport, though, so he'll be back in that fight. No way bcm's going to contest that. Only doing his own back harpies, and this is going to be Denial's Gold Fury. Yeah,
bcm is a little bit too late. Had he not done the back camps, there was a possibility that he could have found Whalrus in the jungle. There was a possibility he could have done a nice whirlwind to stop their pressure, but with that, Denial is able to not only even up the gold difference, but take a very minute lead in experience.
Small one for now. Whalrus here could get caught out in the mid lane, trying to juke out Eonic's pluck, and he does successfully. Eonic taunted out, but not likely to get turned on too hard there. Look at the damage coming out right now for bcm. So much poke damage.
Xing is not a joke, man. And that Void Stone coming on next, this is one of my favorite items in the game. It barely gets picked. And it's not only going to increase his damage, and he could use the penetration, but it will also increase the damage pretty dramatically of Zhong.
Whalrus doing his own blue for now. Denial 4 kills, Team SoloMid 5, 24 minutes in. It does not feel like there's only been 9 kills on the board, though. Denial and Team SoloMid have been grouped together, poking at each other the entire game, basically. Denial just evened it up with that Gold Fury. Denial, for those of you just joining us, they found their first win against Team SoloMid. They need to find win number 2 to keep their hopes alive at making LAN.
And it's so close.
Then it all comes down to if enemy can 2-0 cognitive gaming. But for now, it's this game they need to focus on.
This time, there's not a dramatic difference in the gold like there was the first game. Denial had Sikandara so far ahead of DaGarz, but this time DaGarz does have the lead just barely in experience.
bcm going to be in trouble, taunted out here, stunned out as well. Already under half. Whirlwind is available, not electing to use it to try and get out. It looked like Denial, and that seems to be really this game. It's the game of baits, right? Both these teams are trying to force out beads, trying to force out ultimates before engagements even happen.
Uh-oh. bcm coming back in. Doesn't quite find the damage.
Stunned out.
They get the
Whirlwind. Team SoloMid, they want to fight this. Look, Shadowq, he's super slow from the cards.
Here we go.
Finds the teleport, locking Shadowq in place. Whalrus in trouble as well. Shadowq whirlwinded in to his own team. It seems like Shadowq distracting a lot, but DaGarz picks him up.
I think a lot of that was he's trying to keep him inside the ghosts. Flung back, though. A lot of trouble for Whalrus. Still trying to hold on to that Eagles rally for some form of defense, and he's good on that because he's definitely going to need it. Denial has 5 people rushing down at tier 2.
Yeah, 1 player just backed as well. Bronx taking a little bit of poke. Actually going to use his ultimate. Can't find the stun onto anyone. Sikandara to the sky. Whalrus over the top. Eonic's already fallen. Sikandara to the back line, but he has to hammer out of that one very quickly. The Sun's doing too much. Snoopy dives under tower, but it's Bronx actually that could fall here. Forced to beads. Team SoloMid, they lose 1, but they're still the aggressors.
They can't keep this up. Denial has got to just give up the tier 2. Go heal up. I mean, at this point, Whalrus should have backed. He's going to wind up falling here. They actually might get bcm. No, he jumps out pretty quickly. Whalrus, it does get Shadowq into the backline. The tier 2 is saved.
Sikandara, he's come back as well, and Denial hold, only losing 2 players in that engagement overall. Denial able to find 1 kill as well on Eonic. TheBoosh could get stunned out here. The wall is perfect, and Macetodaface finds that one. Kills are all even up, and now Denial, they're looking at the tier 1. DaGarz taunted out. Beads are alive for him. He's going to be able to jump out, but Denial returned the favor, taking the tier 1.
The third turnaround. It was the rush in the mid, right, that got botched by TSM. Then immediately the tier 1 gets pressured. bcm comes back in, saves it. They turn it around for a kill in a tier 1, almost a tier 2 as well. They botch that. And then Denial, with not only a successful defense, but a successful offense, finds the return on the tier 1. Let's go to the graphs.
1,000 gold lead for Denial, 2,700 experience lead. Eonic's dash got caught out there. Stuns coming through, but doesn't look like Denial wants to chase him too deep into his own jungle. They'll back off of that one. Just poking out Eonic, and there's so much poke that it's going out from both teams right now. Macetodaface, I'm a little bit surprised that his damage isn't higher than it is.
6-6, an incredibly close game so far. End game potential, I think both teams have a lot of damage, a lot of control. Slight advantage to TSM given the fact that, you know, BooSh has that insane level of tankiness and almost the same level of damage as Mace, but at the same time, right, you have to look at Whalrus has the circle of, or rather the circle of protections, right, with the Eagles rally with the stun attached to it. bcm, on the other hand, the whirlwind becomes less and less effective as more people become attuned to getting that CCM immunity strictly to counter our other forms of CC and not just use their ultimates as a form of damage.
right now it's just so hard for Denial to all in the players on Team SoloMid. Super tanky, a lot of control, and a lot of mobility.
A lot of control.
And Denial don't really have a single god that's just burst damage, immediate burst, outside of Agni, who hasn't really been getting the farm he needs. Only has 3 items online 28 minutes into the game.
And this is probably too close to comfort for the boys on Denial right now. I mean, they have, again, such a hard road to take. And it starts with, one of the hardest opponents, formerly the hardest opponent in North America and at one point the world.
They still have their core as well. Snoopy going to actually get taunted out there, used a little bit early.
Bees were used there. That might hurt. He doesn't have a second active. In fact, the only player to not have a second active.
That's the Snoopy playstyle. Snoopy does not like buying actives unless he's forced into it, but he might be forced into it after disengagement. You can see TSM, they're the ones on the defense. BronxBombers is soloing out Gold Fury. Honestly, Denial should have just kept playing up and allowed him to do it, but with Mace and Sikandara backing off, they're going to be forced to reset.
Good stun. No, not going to find it. Shield of the Underworld trying to send some damage back. That ultimate probably won't do very well on either side. The Whirlwind gonna chuck Whalrus back into a very dangerous spot as the suns come out. Sikandara forced away, but no, it's going to be BronxBombers with a huge stun. Going to find a kill onto Eonic. It's a 4v5, and you can see all the way in the back line, Sikandara trying to find a play here.
The ghosts are out, but it's going to be Shadowq who dies. Sikandara, hammer, is it up? But he's actually getting CC'd out. He gets the hammer out of his hands, but he can't teleport to it before Snoopy finds the kill. 2 dead.
That hurts.
On the side of Denial.
So in Sikandara's mind, he's like, I got to play the assassin, right? My ult's down, I have to go behind, I have to try to find the pickoff. And it normally is the correct play, but he took so long that his team gets straight up sacrificed for it.
Gold Fury starting up by Team SoloMid. Macetodaface was waiting on the corner. Actually, Team SoloMid are just going to drop it. Bomb over the top, going to allow BronxBombers to stay alive for now. But look at this. Whalrus has rotated in.
Oh,
but Garzol is back up. BronxBombers falls. Whalrus getting turned on. Already under half. His Eagles rally is down.
Back.
Nowhere for him to go. Welcome back to the fights. Garz sending you back to base.
And another attempt at the Gold Fury. Poor girl just never gets a break.
Mace to the face. He has at least 1 bomb available.
Yeah, they can't do this.
Oh, look at this. Just the... It's
he
just
should
the
have
fact
dashed.
that no one right now on either team can just wipe a team instantly.
I really think that Mace should have dashed in there. He's giving too much license, and now the rest of TSM's able to catch up. Look at how much damage Mace just took. The stun is wasted. Shadowq's by himself. Sikandara is back with his ultimate, and he's going to be taken to the sky.
He's going to try right now. Can he find the steal? No. Team SoloMid finds it, but he might be able to find some kills. AoE in the backline. Snoopy, oh, the stun doesn't hit, but it's BooSh with his ultimate back up, chasing down Mace, not doing enough damage. No one is going to fall this fight, it seems, and TSM walk away with the Gold Fury.
Rather extended engagement finally spells a win for TSM, including the 700 gold difference that was in favor of Denial. They have managed a 2,200 gold advantage, meaning a 3,000 gold swing over the last 4 or so minutes.
This game right now, back and forth, dead even. I mean, 64,000 to 62,000 is simply not a lot at 31 minutes into the game.
But in the minds of the players right now who are behind, who need a win to go to land, this is the end of the world.
This is the most stressful thing they've had to do all split, if not all season.
Probably all season.
Probably all season.
Lands matter, but lands don't matter as much as worlds. Like, not even close, right? With your ticket to worlds on the line, your heart starts to pump fast. You start to make bad decisions. And I think that might plague Denial. They have to play perfectly. I mean, everything is under a microscope for them by TSM. The slightest misplay will spell an initiation for bchm. By the way, can we talk about bchm in this set? Has been incredible. He has been the star.
He's been just, playing the Xing perfectly. I mean, look at his damage alone, right? Just the amount of poke that he puts onto the enemies all game that, when the fights finally break out, Denial, they're not at full health, they're not healthy at all, and bchm can just be this incredibly powerful and tanky frontliner without having to worry too much. Snoopy trying to chase down Bronx, but Bronx able to make it back to his tier 1 tower.
See, I think bchm has a hidden advantage, given the fact that he has not played pro for a very long time, at least not relevantly, right? Because now he still has passion, like so much that he wants to play every second of every day, which is why he has characters like Xing not only in his pocket, but to where he's carrying the game.
DaGarz is going to teleport to Whalrus. He gets stunned out by the ricochet. I don't think he recognized that Snoopy was going to ricochet there. Shadowq finding a nice taunt onto DaGarz. DaGarz, beads are forced out, and Team SoloMid, they could be in trouble here. Sikandara takes to the sky.
Shadowq is the one that's in a little bit of trouble here. Sikandara going to find one. It's only the support as the Sunbreaker comes out. In the back line, a lot of TSM is low, but they can't manage to get back there. BooSh just laying waste with the Ghost in the front line, and still a rather healthy TSM continues their aggression forward.
bchm chasing down Bronx. Nice wall coming out from Sikandara, but that's going to be a tier 2 tower for Team SoloMid. They were poked out pretty heavily in that engagement. You see Eonic sitting on red. Same with bchm. They're going to back out, but they walk away with 2,000 gold in their pockets.
Right now, TSM in the driver's seat can shut down Denial's chances of getting to land with 1 or 2 more good team fights. Denial has to be very, very careful. Like we said, slight misplays are going to matter. Shadowq dashed in, had no follow-up from his team whatsoever, and he took way more damage than he was ready to. But I think a lot of that came down to an absolutely flawless use of Sunbreaker from Snoopy.
Right now, Denial's counter-warding out Fire Giant, not starting it up just yet, but Eonic, he's already back there, and Team SoloMid going to have full control of this. Right now, Denial, they need to get damage online onto Macetodaface. Unfortunately, he's been struggling to find farm all game long. We're 35 minutes in, and he's still down 2 items, and he's only died twice. He hasn't died since the 10th minute mark, I believe.
Also, I don't play a lot of mages, at least not ones that build penetration.
So, okay, so the double penetration stack
triple penetration
was twofold. Right? First, it's against the Zhong, who has a lot of protections, but fight might break out. You can see BooSh taking a little bit of damage.
Eagles rally.
But Denial spending a lot onto the BooSh.
BooSh doing a lot of damage himself right in return. Sikandara, does he go for the kill in the backline? You can see Garz, no, he's going to be smart. He's going to stay in the front. Sun's used to force him away. Eonic getting a quick amount of damage as well. TSM not in the best position here to dive.
Garz, the only one with his ultimate available left.
Shadowq
still has his. Same with BronxBombers here. Shadowq actually ults back into the fight, finds the taunt. BronxBombers not electing to ult there. Garz, though, forced to beads. He still has his Aegis up. Look at Eonic rotating around the side. Might be able to find a pluck onto an important carry. It's going to be Whalrus that Team SoloMid's focusing out. Eonic taking so much poke heading into that wave, and he's going to have to be forced back. Team SoloMid head to the Fire Giant. I don't think they're looking to start it, though. I
think they're just trying to control the area. In fact, if Denial catches them doing anything even remotely that looks like a Fire Giant, they're going to wind up winning the game off of it.
Denial, 5 men all grouped up into one corridor, and Team SoloMid, after taking that poke and losing some beads in the shell on Eonic, they're going to be forced to back here. But it doesn't look like this is a window of opportunity for Denial to sneak the Fire Giant.
So talk to me again about the pen.
So the penetration was twofold. First off, it's Zhong, right? Has a lot of base protections now since his buff. Also gets bonus protections from his Demon Bag passive. And then those passive protections are doubled when he ults. So he wants a lot of penetration, as well as the fact that those fights were going on for so long. The item is just super efficient.
So the triple stacking penetration is okay?
I think for the situation, yes. Not only the penetration was very good against the Zhong, but I think he just needed a very cheap 2,000 item.
Shadowq out of position here. I think the preemptive strike got caught. Yeah, you can see the beads going off as well. Diving pretty deep, though. bchm, Gold Fury very low here, and I think that's going to be a steal. Not sure. We'll check the graphs afterwards. Suns come down, controlling the area, but a beautiful Garz ult. Going to get the first kill, and that's going to be on Shadowq.
Oh, Sikandara coming down. BooSh is caught actually between 3 members of Denial. In the meantime, though, you see Whalrus stuck out as well. He's actually living for quite some time, and Denial might be able to group up and find some return kills, but Macetodaface, Bronx, and Sikandara on full retreat. They leave Whalrus alone, but Team SoloMid, they walk away with 3 kills.
And the Gold
Fury. Only losing 1, and yes, they were also able to secure the Gold Fury. 6,700 in the lead now.
Whalrus almost stole it. It was a little bit early on the trigger finger. The Eagles rally didn't quite steal it. Snoopy able to clean that one up. And as a result, TSM have a pretty commanding lead. The first real lead of the game, I'd say.
And now they're pressuring this tier 2 tower, likely to fall. Snoopy finds that last hit.
It's only getting worse.
8,000 now in the lead. Team SoloMid, they're in full control of this game. It's on them to drop it. No, look at this bait.
Absolutely destroyed. One already falls. Lots of damage coming out from Mace, but even so, not enough to finish anyone off. That was a hot bait.
That was phenomenal. Team SoloMid going to be stealing away this speed buff, and it doesn't look like they even want to do Fire Giant. Macetodaface channeling the ultimate. Oh.
I can't believe that they just allowed him to get away with that.
I don't think they intended to. Eonic's spec will be stopped, and he's under half-life. It's actually pretty good for Shadowq to stop that there. It slows down TSM's pace a little bit. Eonic taking a little bit more time to back by and get to the Fire Giant, meaning Bronx and Sikandara have time to respawn.
Denial in a bad spot. Now, we saw TSM in a similar place last game, and they managed to hold for a little while. It didn't work out in their favor, but they still managed to have some signs of life, win a few team fights. Denial needs more than that. Denial must wipe them completely and get FG. The issue? I don't think they're getting FG.
Denial's giving up Fire Giant.
Here come the lava.
Whalrus is clearing out mid. DaGarz is playing zone as well. Not even going to allow Whalrus to get into this fight. And this is going to be Fire Giant. Now Whalrus in a lot of trouble. He has to Eagles Rally at least some point in this engagement.
He should have ulted already. He's trying to turn this around. Heavenly Agility's going to get popped. Whirlwind, ooh, just barely not going to reach. Heavenly Agility gets wasted. I think the Heavenly Agility might have been more important than the Eagles Rally.
You can see this 5 members of Denial grouped up, but Team SoloMid, they're playing it smart. They know how back and forth this game has been. Only 14 kills to 8, regardless of how much damage and poke both teams are putting out. Tier 2. Going to be pressured and taken. BronxBombers getting a little bit aggressive. Does need to be careful of Eonic, but he's not too worried. 31,000 damage right now for bchm.
Man.
That's a Guardian. Did you know that's a Guardian?
He's a warrior.
No, he's classed as a Guardian.
I mean, damage. My man's a warrior. He has 4 damaging abilities.
He does, right?
And a passive that gives him health back, right? Like he's
I was thinking about there's only one other support that has 4 damaging abilities, and it was a recently released one. I couldn't recall.
Let's see. Athena, no. Sobek.
Sobek was the other one.
He's not recently released. In fact, he was literally the first Guardian.
I lied about the recently released. I lied. I straight up lied.
There's got to be another one. Hades. Nope.
It was just those 2.
Yeah, maybe.
Sobek was the only one.
Huh.
And then Xing came out. And he does a lot of damage.
See, I consider Geb, right, because the shield damages my mental state when someone uses it on a teammate they're not on my team.
The baits. Ooh, Snoopy going to catch Bronx and Mace to the face here.
This guy.
Oh, DaGarz over the wall. There's nowhere for them to go.
Oh, no.
Both of them have used their moving abilities, and Garz is going to chase him down. Straight into Eonic's lurking the waters. Dash comes up, but Bronx is one hit. Nice stun from Mace. But Bronx,
he caught the lacerate! No, he caught the lacerate! Shadowq in a bad spot. Mace just wasted the rest of his bombs. He has 1 remaining. Boost throws out the recall demons, making sure they can't control the left side of the map. Left Phoenix to fall as Whalrus tries to do damage. bchm just takes the Defender of Olympus to the chest, telling him to hold that one.
4-man taunt coming out from Shadowq, but it's not enough. The Phoenix has fallen. Bronx, one of the highest damage outputs on Denial right now, not alive to defend the base. Denial, they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for their last hope to make it to the Super Regionals, and Team SoloMid are knocking on the doors, getting ready to send Cognitive Gaming forward. Eonic.
Shadowq again, diving into the front line alone. The Eagles rally actually really good, but DaGarz with that cooldown reduction. All hail the Mail of Renewal as it not only gets him a kill, but a whole bunch of his life back.
2 more fall. Sikandara takes to the sky. This is his last hope. Bronx is spawning in 11 seconds, but it looks like he ulted a little bit too soon. Eonic taking a bit of poke. The pluck comes through. Nowhere for Sikandara to go. Denial Esports. They're heading home. Cognitive Gaming, they're coming to Hi-Res Studios. This is more than likely game. It's going to take a miracle for Denial to hold this one.
They're trying to. Titans under 2K. It's too low. Denial destroyed. TSM crushes the dreams of the Red Squad, and by that, we're going to see Cognitive Gaming coming to Atlanta, Georgia for Super Regionals.
That set was incredible. Team SoloMid able to take game 1. And look at that.
Rip.
Seeds are not all set. There is 1 chance of some movement there. Envy have secured 1st seed. Eager secured 2nd. Cloud9 is a secured 3rd seed. TSM, Cognitive Gaming, and Enemy. That'll be determined tomorrow when Cog and Enemy face off.
Such a crazy run. TSM and Cognitive Gaming so close right now. It could wind up being a tie between them. If Enemy and Cog wind up tying, it'll be an advantage to Enemy. They'll take the 5th seed.
Yes.
It'll be a 3-1 engage. Cog needs a 2-0 to remain in that seed tomorrow.
Yes. So some interesting games going to be coming out tomorrow, but Denial, Their hopes are now shot. Unfortunately, they cannot make it to land, but best of luck to them. Moving into Season 3 here, right now, the North America scene is so competitive. We have all the 6 teams decided. The only remaining team for all of Super Regionals is going to come down to Dignitas and Myrmidons tomorrow.
Right, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, the French boys, right, they've been so close. They've been on the cusp, but their beginning of their season was strong, and it's got weaker and weaker and weaker since they lost Sayo. Can they still manage a big win over Dignitas tomorrow?
It's going to be a tough one for them. Let's take a look, though, at the top performers in that last fight, or excuse me, that last game. DaGarz sitting at the top. bchm coming in at number 2, no surprise there, and really it's just all of Team SoloMid. The Nile kept the dream alive for about 30 minutes, but then TSM started slowly finding the wins in those fights.
It was Garz, right? He went from really couldn't getting anything started. The build was a little wonky, getting killed in every fight, right? Game 2, much better, so much more damage, so much more control. Snoopy, both games, was pretty normal. Eonic, pretty normal. BooSh had both great games, but for me, both games, it was bchm. The dude was top damage, controlled his lane, bodied the Bellona both times, controlled team fights beautifully. I mean, the guy not has only, in my eyes, earned his spot on Team SoloMid, but show the world that he can maybe not replace the heart of Divios, but change the chemistry on TSM to make them possibly a contender for Worlds.
Speaking about bchm, he's on the line and player of the game. bchm, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? How are you guys?
So how do you feel crushing the dreams of Denial Esports? It's horrible.
Well, I mean, it's part of the game, you know? Like, you play to win either way, depending on, doesn't matter who else you're going to be playing in LAN, but we're going to be looking forward to probably play enemy at the LAN.
Okay.
And, yeah, so that's kind of how we're seeing it, the brackets turn out.
So how do you feel? I mean, you were on Cognitive Gaming earlier in the season, and then you come on to a Team SoloMid, a top team in North America, replacing probably one of the strongest solo laners, if not the strongest solo laner back in Season 1. How has the transition been from a bottom-of-the-road team that was facing relegations to a such a historic franchise now in TSM?
Well, obviously, I think it's been great for me. Like, even though we got off to a rocky start, like getting 2-0'd by Elevate, I think that we've kind of shown, even though we did lose game 1, I think we've kind of showed that, we've kind of shown that we can definitely like contend with the top teams. Like, we took a game off Envious. We obviously could have won those 2 games against Cloud9, and we're really confident heading into LAN.
That Cloud9 set was sick.
Yeah, it was.
I watched that last week at LAN. That was an incredible run. So now you guys are done for the split. You're heading into LAN. Tell us a little bit about your scrims. Like, are you guys going to be doing 7 days, 5 days? Like, are you guys going all out?
We're probably going to be doing 5 days a week scrims. We got about a month, so that gives us a lot of time to like practice strats with Cloud9 and stuff. And that's probably who we're going to be scrimming throughout the entire time.
Are you
excited?
So
definitely. We get a lot of good practice against Cloud9.
Are you excited for Soul? Right? By that point, Soul should be available.
So talk to me about Zeus a little bit too, right? Because I wanted to ask Lasses because he played against it, but unfortunately we weren't able to. Talk to me about Zeus. Have you guys developed any strategies around it? Not specifics, but is this something you guys have really practiced with yet, or still waiting on?
Yeah, we have been practicing around Zeus and with Zeus, but for now, in the early stages of like him and being a competitive, we thought it was just better to ban him out for now.
Okay.
Before we get like a set strategy.
So bchm, how are you feeling? Like, honestly,
I'm feeling great right now.
Because like the rest of the boys, they've been to LAN. This is going to be your first LAN. How are you feeling?
You got to be nervous. Yeah.
Don't say I'm doing fine.
Obviously there are going to be some nerves, but I'm definitely confident at how we can do.
He says that now.
He says that now.
Okay.
We'll see you in a month.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know, man. It was a great performance both games. You know, as a solo laner, that was a really impressive run. The Xing, that was probably the strongest Xing performance I think we've seen to date.
So far, yes.
Thank you.
It was awesome. Before we let you go, though, any shout-outs that you want to throw?
Just shout-outs to TSM, everybody that tell me along the way, and all that stuff.
And all that stuff. He sounds so excited that
that's a TSM member right there.
That basically fits it perfectly. All right, thank you for joining us, bchm. That's going to do it for now for the first half of Week 10. Let's take a look at the games we're going to be seeing tomorrow. The final 4 games of the Smite Pro League Season 2 regular season. Fnatic taking on Titan in the opening match. Myrmidon's taking on Dignitas for the win or go home. And then it's going to be the game of the week. Cloud9 taking on Team Envious.
20-6 right now. Put Envy pretty high up there. Cloud9, though, we've seen answer back a few times. Most notably, it's been back and forth for a long time between these two teams. The rivalry is deeply seated, and I'm very excited to see them play.
I mean, honestly, you go all the way back. I mean, launch tournament, technically the core of Envy was still there, the Allied Incon. These teams have been facing off longer than TSM and C9 have been facing off. It's going to be an incredible match. That's going to be it, though, for us here on Saturday. We're going to be back tomorrow with 4 final games, guys. See you then.